Hi there, so let me introduce to you the Suzuki GSX 8S that we've named Tess, and also Ceri, who works in our service department. Now Ceri's taken this bike out this weekend, so what did you get up to?
Obviously 2 days. I was very lucky to have Saturday off this week. So on Saturday I took Tess all around Snowdonia, which is where I regularly ride on my Tiger 900. So just to see how she coped on familiar roads. So obviously I knew where to look for tight bends and things, and she didn't miss a heartbeat. Very nimble, very nippy.
Okay, so one of the concerns when we said we were going to let you go out on this was the seat height.
Yes, yeah. Obviously being slightly smaller in stature, so an inside leg of 28. So I do struggle with bikes that I can ride that I feel safe on, so I can completely flat foot. But luckily with Tess, so I can completely flat foot.
Right, do you want to give us a demo then?
Yeah. So there we go. On. Bike's dead easy to lift up.
And how is it for moving around, manoeuvrability in a car park and stuff like that?
Very, very nimble. So quite easy to push.
So one of the things that I thought because I've ridden this as well, I thought it was a big bike CC wise, but little bike in.
Yes, yeah, because I sort of got pulled up a little bit because I did call her a little bike, but as it was pointed out in CC wise, she's not a little bike.
So that's the way it felt to me. Yeah. But I did a stint of over 100 miles non-stop. And I thought it was very comfortable. How did you find it?
Yeah, no, I've done nearly 300 miles in 2 days, which is a lot for me because obviously with working, we don't do many miles now, and I've got no aches and pains whatsoever. Nothing on the day riding the bike, didn't have to stop. The seat is really comfortable.
So sometimes when we're out riding, you see people sort of standing up and stretching their legs. You didn't have to do any of that?
No, none of that.
And what about all the controls and everything? How did you find them?
The controls are really easy to use, so very self-explanatory. So obviously...
Now I'm just going to read you a little bit about the performance. Now it says, the GSX-8 is propelled by a 776 double overhead cam, 270 crank parallel twin. It delivers abundant amount of torque, very flexible. How did you find that then?
Yeah, brilliant. So for a twin, it's really, really nippy.
Now what you did say is that you were taking it out for the first day with no controls on it at all?
No. So we had it in road mode. So traction control was off, quick shifter was off. So we rode it at its basic, and it still performed remarkably well. Okay,
engine-wise, much vibration?
No vibration at all.
Okay, then what did you do on the Sunday then?
On the Sunday, we went over to Cheshire, so like I said, roads that I've obviously driven in my car but never ridden a bike on. We put it into sport mode and we switched the quick shifter on, and it just made the day amazing. The quick shifter is so smooth, and obviously the change from road to sport was noticeable.
So what we're saying is that the tech does make a difference to how the bike performs.
Does make a difference, yes.
And you were riding on roads that you didn't know, so you were a little bit more cautious, or did you just find that the bike did everything you wanted it to do anyway?
The bike did everything I wanted it to. Yes, I was a little bit cautious in areas, but the bike was spot on.
So we've spoken about the motor. How did you find the handling?
It's very light. So for a big CC bike, so it was very, very light on the roads. Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to compare notes here a little bit, but I found that, again, I did a long distance on it. It was comfortable, both nimble around towns and on the open road when you've got long sweeping bends. It just seems so sure-footed.
Yes.
Now, brake-wise.
Yes.
So what did you think of the brakes?
To be honest, the front brake to me was a little bit vague to start with, but bearing in mind we are still running this bike in, it has improved as we've gone up the miles. We're nearly 600 miles in now, and the brakes are good.
So I found the same. Obviously, compared with what I ride, my daily ride is a 650 Versys, 58,000 miles on the clock, so it's well worn. I found that the front brake was good. The back brake, you had to move the pedal quite a bit before it started, but it was quite progressive after that. But yeah, I was quite impressed with the sort of the way it handled. The road I use to go home is quite bumpy, and it handled all that well. Did you come across anything like that?
Yeah, I've noticed obviously North Wales is renowned for potholes, as in most areas now, so never had issues with, being bounced out of a hole or anything, so the suspension is really good.
So I've got some other stuff planned for it. Have you got anything?
I would love to take it out again, yes. If I was, looking for a naked bike around this CC, this would be very high up on the list.
Yeah, and one of the things I thought was that when you're travelling along, it's just like a whirring of the engine, but when you accelerate hard, it sounds like there's a good engine note in there.
Yes, yeah, there's definitely noise there.
And the other thing is, I wasn't taking it over sort of 5,000 RPM, but it feels like there's something extra in there once it's been
once it's been running and serviced, there is a lot more down in that engine.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We look forward to Chronicles of Tess, the continuing story. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.